Lavender Mexican, it's time to let them know. Steady critiquing First Amendment auditor videos, exposing fake news, all this misinformation. Sick of these e-beggars, it got me so frustrated. They are not really activists, acting like they involved. They are not protecting our civil rights. Time to get a real job. Hey, no, they do not speak for me. If you want the truth, well then let's begin. Wake up, come vibe out. Yeah, he's the Lavender Mexican. Let's go.
This is 103.9 WLPO's For the Record with Tom Henson.
Official charges have been filed against a sister and brother who were part of a ruckus at the entrance of LaSalle County Criminal Justice Center on Monday. Friday, Angel called in.
What's the nature of the complaint that you wanted to submit to LaSalle County?
The nature of this one was against Sheriff Tom Templeton for failure to act when he saw his court officer, Kurt Pastrick, I think it is the former Streeter police chief. And that man decided after he refused to, do any screens on me, and they told me that it was not against the law to film in the building, only against the policy. I went through anyway when they refused to let me in. I just walked on through, and he decided to almost bear hug me in a way, like use his whole body all up on me. And I signed a battery complaint against him through Ottawa Police Department. Well, they have now decided to sign a battery complaint against me, even though he made contact with me when he...
I don't know about Pappy here, but I don't remember the video showing it that way.
He wasn't lawfully acting.
Okay, but that's the complaint there. But when you were there earlier to submit a complaint, what was that complaint about?
That's when I was there. The day they decided to falsely arrest us, I was there for the complaint on that. And I was turning in Sheriff Templeton because he was right there hiding behind the glass, wouldn't come out to talk. And he just walked away when he saw that man do that to me. So I was turning in Sheriff Templeton for failure to act and for also violating Title 18 U.S.C. Section 241, Title 18 U.S.C. Section 242, Title 18 Section 245, and Title 42 U.S.C. Section 14141.
Huh.
And also violations of the First, Fourth, and I believe 14th Amendments.
How long have you been a self-proclaimed activist in this way? How long have you been acting as a watchdog? How many months or years?
It turned my 4th month, I believe, the day I got kidnapped on the 8th.
Oh, 4 months. So in those 4 months, how many Freedom of Information requests in total have you submitted approximately to different agencies?
I don't know, probably 20 or more from everybody. I mean, I've gone several places around the state.
Yeah, I know you've. I've seen some of your videos. You have been asked by a number of people when you're entering a building, who are you with, or what's the nature of your visit, and you say, "I'm media." Do you consider yourself media?
Absolutely, according to what they say that the news media is, as long as you post it at regular intervals, and it can be digital, it can be anything. But yes, I do consider myself that, and I have plenty of people that look forward to seeing the videos.
I don't care if you have 100 million subscribers to a YouTube channel. That doesn't make you a journalist. It doesn't make you a member of the news media. You want to tell me that everybody walking around with a smartphone is a member of the news media? By what right? There's no certification, of course, to be a member of the news media. You don't have to have a license. You have to have some common sense, sense of judgment, a sense of what's really a big story and what isn't, an ability to tell a story in a way that is easily understood. You have to be fair. You have to be ethical. Maybe she's a citizen journalist. She's not a journalist. And she gives us all a bad name when she claims to be. When a scene is caused at the LaSalle County Courthouse by people who claim to be journalists, it hurts the hard work that we do every day as legitimate journalists to build relationships, to get information without going nuclear. To simply understand that you don't have to have an adversarial relationship with those you're covering. You're just covering. You have to cover with a chip on your shoulder and an attitude.
You seem to be intentionally provoking, or to be you're intentionally provocative when it comes to these government buildings.
Absolutely not. I would love for you to explain to me how you feel that way.
Well,
I'd love to hear it, because I hear that a lot, and I don't understand.
So if you preface something with, I hear that all the time, you might want to look back on your behavior.
You are claiming some victim status, though. I mean, you say that, you know...
I am a victim, and so is my brother. We were kidnapped. Our property was taken, unlawfully held. I have proof that they lied on their search warrant as well, trying to pretty much trick the judge. And it seems like they were able to do so by their lies. But they claim that they wanted video footage from my body camera and the cell phone from March 8th from an incident inside by the metal detectors. I never made it inside. I was outside when they kidnapped me, and I was outside the entire time because they were impeding my movement.
So as she's talking about this incident from last Monday, she's talking about having a cell phone video going and a body cam video. Who wears a body cam unless you're trying to not just document something, but try to find something worth documenting? Try to find some offense. That's provocative behavior. Okay.
Are you planning on filing a lawsuit against the county? I mean, kidnapping. Absolutely.
I was working on getting it all set up to begin with when they decided to arrest me, and they knew that.
How have you been damaged? Has this cost you anything?
Well, I mean, my reputation.
It looks like if anybody's reputation here is being damaged, it's legitimate journalists' reputations, because she's making it harder for us to do our job. To say nothing, of course, of the law enforcement officers she's naming. Okay.
And I already have PTSD, so when he did that, it was absolutely horrifying.
Where'd you get PTSD from?
Come on, man, don't even ask that.
No, are you...
It's diagnosed, though. It's diagnosed.
Oh, are you a veteran?
No.
Oh, okay, so it's not military service related, but you have PTSD.
There's definitely other degrees of PTSD.
Well, I don't doubt that. Okay. Commonly known as post-traumatic stress disorder and diagnosed amongst veterans, combat veterans. I didn't know if you were in the military or not.
You know, Accountability Angel sent a text to the radio station after the interview saying, "Shame on you, Rod, for questioning someone's PTSD." Now, I don't think he was doing that. I think he was generally surprised by what she said. I think that it is true that there are other forms of PTSD, too, among people who maybe never served a day in their lives.
Hey, would you do this? Let me know if and when you retain legal counsel.
Oh, I am not letting you know anything about the legal counsel, but it's definitely handled.
What do you mean handled? What do you mean handled?
It's handled. They will see. They will see what they've done wrong.
Is your phone ringing with lawyers just begging to represent you?
I got something, man. Let me tell you. Listen to me.
Hey, no, wait a minute. That almost sounds like a veiled threat. Is everybody safe here? I mean, really, I mean...
Listen to me. Why are you trying to say anything about threat? Where was the threat?
Well,
I've heard that before.
All right, so apparently Rod Thorson isn't the only person who thought that she might be making a threat. She said she's heard it before. Just like, as you heard, she's heard it before that she acts provocatively. Interesting.
Do you feel like you're planning on respecting this system?
I absolutely respect the system.
Okay.
Now, of course, Angel and her brother will have their day in court, and we're going to find out more about the incident when that happens, but it looks to me like she's of the same mind of many hardcore people who understand that they have rights and generally have a good grasp of what those rights are. And then they scream about their rights being violated when professional law enforcement acts as they can be expected to act. It's a building that houses criminals, suspected criminals, the officers charged with keeping vigilant to keep them and the public safe. And there's courtrooms and there are bailiffs and elected officials and employees and everyday citizens with business at the courthouse. Shouldn't you exercise a little bit of common sense, especially with how raw things are right now, barely 2 months after the January 6th insurrection at the Capitol? No one is saying you don't have the right to be there, but if you present yourself provocatively or in a way that's unclear or unusual or suspicious to the people whose job it is to protect the building and the people in it, shouldn't there be consequences? And you try to justify your actions by wrapping yourself in a title, news media. And of course, the people who behave badly this way are the ones who are the loudest in accusing journalists of being fake news. Yeah, that's right. We're fake news, but you're legitimate news media. Do they not see the irony? Folks, people like this aren't being denied their rights. They're begging for attention. The kind of attention you get on YouTube with a branding type nickname that has accountability in it. And 9,000 followers plus. You see, behaving badly is good for clicks.
Know that they ride or die. I keep boys by my side. Know that they ride or die. I keep boys by my side.
Day we hustle, but the night we
Know that they ride or die. I'm a OG boy. Know that they ride or die. I keep boys by my side. Know that they ride or die. I keep boys by my side.
Day we hustle, but the night
Boys by my side. Know that they ride or die. My name came up a lot, it sounds more when I was not around. Certain people that I know, they no longer.
Thank you to all my members. I appreciate you all. Please hit that join button on the channel. Please click that like, subscribe, and click the bell so you get notifications about all the new videos. Thank you.
More when I was not around. Certain people that I know, they no longer about. I'm a OG boy. Know that they ride or die. I keep boys by my side. Know that they ride or die. I keep boys by my side. OG boy.
day we hustle.